Hi, welcome to the Nonnas of Stonecreek episode 8. Today we have a special guest Nonna, Barbara Blatt. She's a Jewish Nonna. She's a bubby.
From New York.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, we always do a salute before our meal. So salute, chin chin.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, I like it.
L'chaim.
Growing up in Brooklyn and the Bronx, our lives revolved around Sunday dinners with our families and our church.
Okay, Barbara, take it away.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Today I'm going to show you how to make two Jewish dishes. One is called Kasha Varnishkes. This is kasha, which is actually a grain or called groats. And you make it with fried onions and bow ties, little bow ties, pasta. We're going to do that. And then the other dish that we're going to make is matzah balls. And everybody wants to know how to make a matzah ball. So what we have here in front is matzah balls that I've already made, but I'm going to show you how to make it behind me and on the stove. So let's make the kasha.
Okay, go ahead. And then I'm going to be making zeppoles, the Italian version of her Jewish meal, which is fried dough that my mom used to call clouds of joy. So we'll get into that later. But Barbara's going to explain what she's doing with her kasha.
I'm putting in boiling chicken broth into the kasha. And I coated the kasha with egg first. And so this is going to cook for about 7 to 8 minutes until it's nice and soft. Let me put the heat up a little bit more. And now we're going to cover it, and it'll be a couple of minutes and it's done. While that's cooking, I'm going to talk about the matzah balls. So, to make the matzah ball mix, this is what it looks like when it's mixed. In order to make the matzah ball mix, you have to use matzah meal, which I actually ordered online. Whoops, I shouldn't go.
I'll get it.
Okay, matzah meal and chicken fat, or as we say in Yiddish, schmaltz. We use that instead of oil. And we use baking soda, kosher salt, and the secret to really, really fluffy matzah balls is seltzer. So I put in 4 teaspoons of seltzer and 4 eggs. You mix it all together with a little bit of salt and pepper, and you put this in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. And if you want to leave it in there for an hour, that's okay too. Once this is out of the refrigerator, you bring it over to a pot of boiling water. And it has to be actively boiling. I am now wrecking her kitchen. You take about a tablespoon of the matzah ball mix, make a little ball, and drop it into the boiling water. I'm going to make this up a little higher. And you do not touch it. Never touch your matzah balls. You must leave them alone. So we're going to put all of this in here. And what you're going to see is they're going to rise to the top. And after they're all in here, you cover the pot and you cook it for at least 40 minutes. Because even though the matzah balls look like they're done, the inside is raw. And that's how you do that.
Now the recipe will be on the bottom of the screen at the end of the show. And you will be able to see all this, and you could get these local supplies at Publix, except tell them about the schmaltz.
Okay, the chicken fat, or as it's better known, is schmaltz. I had to get online. I went into Publix, and Publix said they used to carry it, but no longer. So you can go on Amazon, or there's another store online called Thrive Market, and that's where I got mine. I got a couple of jars. And it wasn't very expensive. I think they were only like $9 each. But the beauty of chicken fat is that you can also use it like when you make mashed potatoes. Instead of using butter, you put a little bit of chicken fat in the mashed potatoes, and it has an incredible flavor.
Yummy.
Yeah. So for certain dishes, it's really great.
Tell them a little bit about your childhood and where your parents originated from.
Okay, let me just do this. So this is as high as it goes,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes,
Can we cover that?
yes.
Great.
Hot.
Okay, so I grew up in New York. My parents grew up on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and they met down in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And my grandmother, who was my father's mother, had a big bridal gown business on the Lower East Side. And when my parents decided to get married, when my father came back from the war, she made my mother's bridal gown, which I still have in my house. I have it in the house, and I wore it, and my sister wore it also. So it's made out of pure, beautiful ivory satin with a 10-foot train that doesn't come off. It's a very, very historic piece of fashion. It's amazing. So this is their marriage, and I have it on a pillow. It's really special.
Magnificent.
My grandmother was from Russia, and my mother's parents were from Austria. And I grew up in a kosher house where there were separate dishes for meat and dairy, separate silverware for meat and dairy, and we never had any bacon, never had anything that was non-kosher in the house. And when Passover came, which is coming up soon, all the dishes that we use every day would have to be taken away, moved up to the top of the cabinet. The Passover dishes would come down. Everything had to be covered with paper. Nothing was allowed to touch none of the Passover stuff could touch any of the regular stuff. And you completely cleaned the house. And my mother did that every year.
Wow. How long did Passover last?
A week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It was a lot of work. But she did it because that's the kind of house that she came from. So it was an interesting upbringing. And
Did you have to go to a synagogue
I went to Hebrew school initially 4 days a week. And I was bas mitzvahed in Queens. And then I kind of stopped my Jewish education there. But my kids went to Hebrew school, and both my kids, I have two kids, my daughter Rachel and my son Matt, and they both went to Hebrew school, and both were bar and bat mitzvah. So we keep and they both married Jewish people. So we're keeping the culture alive.
And Friday night, isn't that Shabbat?
Friday night is Shabbat. We didn't really, even though we kept a kosher house. I take that back. My mother did light candles. She lit candles every Friday night. And we had Hanukkah with a menorah. And we just celebrated all the holidays. It was very traditional.
Because usually where I grew up in Brooklyn, the Hasidic Jews, they couldn't drive on Friday night.
Yeah, and that's Orthodox.
Yeah.
So Orthodox, no driving, no turning on a light, no
Right.
riding in an elevator, no doing anything.
Yeah.
And you had to be, they're really strict. And there's in Judaism, there's like 3 different types. So you have the Reform, which is you do a little bit. Then you have the Conservative, which do more. And then you have the Orthodox, which do even more. And then you have the Hasidim, which is the 4th one. And they're the ones with the black coats and the black hats. Kind of like the Amish,
Yeah.
but Jewish.
It really sounds the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so.
It's amazing, all the cultures and all the traditions. I love it. I just absorb it. Because where I grew up, you either were Italian or Jewish.
Right.
And those were your friends.
Right, and where I grew up in Rego Park, when it was a Jewish holiday, everything was closed.
Yeah.
All the stores were closed. You would definitely know that it was a special holiday.
Yeah.
And on Passover, all the bagel store was closed, and no bread. So you did feel that you were in a place of your culture.
Yeah. And even though our worlds were so much alike, God forbid, and if Italian married a Jewish person or a Jewish person married an Italian, oh, that wasn't good.
Well, yeah, I grew up like that too.
Yeah. But they were part of our family too. I told Barbara that most of my dearest friends were Jewish growing up. So very special. And I just love the culture. And, being a Catholic, Jesus was a Jew. So I appreciate it all, and I love it. I absorb it. Now, I was telling Barbara that her family is Ashkenazi. That is a Jewish, would you call it a culture?
No, I think it's like the area that the Jews came from.
From Eastern
There's
Europe.
Sephardic Jews, there are
Yeah.
Ashkenazi Jews, and the Ashkenazi were mostly the Eastern European Jews. Sephardic Jews they're Israeli, they can come from Africa, they come from a lot of other places. But I will tell you that what I didn't tell you is that I did an Ancestry.com, and when my DNA came back, I was 99% Eastern European, but I was 1% Greek. So if you want to have a show on Greek food, I'm your girl.
That's funny. My cousin did, I think it was it 23andMe?
Yeah, it's the same, yeah.
And, our families are from Sicily, and she found out she was like 98%, Sicilian, but then 2% African-American.
See,
But Sicily is close to Africa.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah, so it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't do it because I don't want to know.
Yeah, well, I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that too. Oy vey, right?
Oy vey.
Yeah. Mamma mia. Okay, so the other thing is, traditionally, this was served during Passover to symbolize the Exodus.
Yeah, Kasha Varnishkes. Varnishkes means pasta, I think, right?
Yes,
And,
noodles.
Noodles. So
Yeah.
they did. So usually we would only make this on the Jewish holidays because it's a little involved because you have to, let me show you. I fried up these onions already. So you have very, very, very fried onions. And then you have to make the bow ties, and then you have to make the kasha. So you're using a lot of different pots. So it was a little involved. So it was only used usually on a Jewish holiday.
Yeah. I told her that the first recorded recipe was 1846. That's amazing.
That's a long time ago. Yeah, that's a really long time ago.
But then the immigrants brought it to New York, and it became a popular comfort food.
Yeah, it comes out really delicious.
Tell them about the groats. What does that mean?
Well, groats just means like a grain, I think.
Yeah.
That's what the kasha is also known as groats. And kasha can also be used as a breakfast dish. You can, instead of eating oatmeal, you can just have kasha make the kasha and put other,
Is it like
nuts.
a buckwheat?
It's a buckwheat. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it said that Eastern European, like Russian, Ukraine. Did you have any relatives in the Ukraine?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to put together the kasha and the bow ties and the onions, okay?
Okay. Well, at this time, we're going to invite, tell me how to say it again. Zeta. Zeta Mark, which is a Jewish grandpa, and he's got a joke. He's going to be our jokester today. So he's our guest, our guest Zeta.
Yes. So we're all mutts again, too.
Okay.
So you asked about Ukraine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have family there?
My grandfather was Ukraine. My grandmother wasn't sure if it was Ukraine, Belarus, or Poland, because every year it kind of changed.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
going on the border stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. And then my father's father was German, and that's how we got the block name,
Wow.
which is German. Yes.
So were they all part of that? Were they in Germany when?
No,
Oh.
the same time that Barbara, all of our parents came through Ellis Island in
Oh, like my parents,
15s
yeah.
to 20s.
Yeah.
You go to Ellis Island, you make the pilgrimage, you find them in the books.
Yeah, the bricks.
Your heart just breaks. What they went through.
Oh, God. I know.
All right, but for our joking side. So, this guy is convinced his wife can't hear him. His wife is sitting in her favorite chair. He goes up about 15 feet behind the favorite chair and goes, "Honey, can you hear me?" Nothing. It's about 10 feet behind the chair. "Honey, can you hear me?" Nothing. It's about 5 feet behind the chair. "Honey, can you hear me?" She whips around for the third time. Yes!
Ta-da!
Da. You got any more?
Well, here's one I like to tell my grandson.
Aw.
What do you call a fly without wings?
I got it.
A walk.
If you're Italian or just wish you were, my novel, The Love Letter Ghost, is the book for you. The story takes place on Long Island, New York, when Angie suddenly breaks her engagement and her Italian grandfather hatches a scheme to reunite the couple. The pasta hits the fan when his plan backfires, while a mysterious ghost magically writes love letters to Angie. A fun, fast read you won't put down until the identity of the ghost is revealed. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Goodreads, Kobo, and Apple Books.
All right. Now what are we doing there?
So I just mixed the kasha, the fried onions, and the bow ties. And now you have Kasha Varnishkes.
That looks delicious.
It's really good.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had this.
Yeah, most people have it. There you go.
Wow, that looks good. There, we got to show everyone how beautiful that is. And she worked really hard on this because she prepared some before she got here and then actually made another dish here. Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, it came out really
Yeah.
good. And the matzo balls, I don't know, you can't really, you can see them.
Yeah.
And they're cooking. But
Can you see it, Alan? Could you get the...
But it's going to take like another 25 minutes or so before they're really done.
And I'm trying to heat this up to get that going so I could show you how...
Okay. Not a problem.
Now, zeppole is an interesting thing. You get them at Italian feasts in New York, and they usually... I asked Barbara, I put her on a mission to find me brown paper bags. In Ocala, you can hardly find a brown paper bag. She found the last bunch of them at Publix on the bottom shelf. But anyway, this is just 4 eggs, 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of milk, warm water that you put 2 little packages of yeast in there, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, and some sugar. You mix it all, and then you let it rise. And this is what it looks like when it's risen. Then you heat the oil, which I'm trying to do here, and you throw in a little bit at a time. And then when they're hot, you coat them with sugar and cinnamon, which is in the bag. So right now we're getting this to heat up, but we'll see how that turns out. I don't know, it's not getting too hot here.
Okay, so do you have any more jokes?
I do have a joke. I told it to you. You think it's safe?
You go ahead.
Okay. So this Jewish man and Chinese man walk into a bar. After a few drinks, they start arguing. So the Jewish man says to the Chinese man, you know, I don't like your kind. He says, yeah, why? He says, well, you're kind. You bombed Pearl Harbor. He said, it wasn't the Chinese. It was the Japanese. He goes, Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, it's all the same to me. So the Chinese man said, well, I don't like your kind either. And the Jewish man said, oh, yeah, why? He said, well, you guys sunk the Titanic. Oh, really? It was an iceberg. The Chinese man said, iceberg, Goldberg, Rosenberg, it's all the same to me.
Yay!
Cha-ching.
Woo!
Cha-ching. Yeah, oh, I got another one. I got to tell you this one. It's kind of a short one because my oil is getting hot here.
Good.
But
That's hot.
a Jewish Holocaust survivor dies and meets God in heaven. He tells God a joke, and God didn't think it was funny. The Jewish man says, I guess you just had to be there.
Oh. Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, we're finally getting hot. Alan bought me this new contraption here.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to rinse my hands and get that. Barbara, tell them about why do you like living in Stone Creek and how long you've been here?
Oh, okay. So we moved here on February of 2020, and we built our house in Longleaf, and we were at the time living in California. And after my husband retired, we decided, we wanted to come back to the East Coast because the kids were on the East Coast. So we moved in and COVID came. So we didn't really meet anybody. We were kind of holed up just like everybody else for a year and a half. And then, we started to branch out. Mark plays golf a couple of days a week. I play mahjong. I love pickleball. I love making all new friends. I mean, the people around us are wonderful. And I actually am an oncology nurse. So I went to work for a Florida cancer specialist. And I worked there for about 4 years. And then took a little bit of a break. And presently I'm doing some home infusion therapy for a nurse-owned home infusion company. And I just work a little bit. I'm basically retired. But I like keeping my fingers in it. And my daughter just had a baby in July, and she lives in Brooklyn. So we go back and forth to New York every 6 to 8 weeks so we can see them. And my son and the other 2 grandchildren, they live in Ocoee, and we see them frequently. So that's pretty much us. And I do. I love living in Stonecreek. And I met Maggie. One day she was riding her bike, and I was walking the dog, and she stopped me and she said, "Oh, weren't you on the cover of the Life at the Creek?" Because they had interviewed me and Mark for the cover. So we got to talking.
Found out we were both nurses.
Found out we were both nurses, and just kind of clicked. And so then we became friends. I'm so glad I met Maggie. She's wonderful.
Me too. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Barbara's a good egg. So now I've put the dough into the hot oil, and it's going to get nice and brown. When they're done, I'm going to put them in this little pan to get rid of some of the oil, and then into the brown bag. It's a little sticky operation. Now, this was my Nonna and my mother's recipe. And like I said, and I've told many friends, being a nurse, I've always loved to cook. I've loved to eat. Look at me. I used to be skinny.
Oh, you're
But,
fine.
but when I cook, I think, whose hands are these? Are my mom's?
Oh,
My Nonna's or mine?
that's so sweet. No, that's really sweet.
Yeah. My mother would be very proud.
That's the same thing I kind of feel about the Kasha Varnishkes, because my mother
Yeah.
used to make it.
Yeah.
And so you kind of pass on that tradition.
And
And
you said
reminds
you
you
have
of
a
things.
sister, right?
I do have a sister. She's in Queens.
And does she follow the traditions like you?
Sometimes she's lives in like a nursing home right now, so she's not that well.
Oh,
But she does follow the traditions. She goes to services, there, and she's a little bit more religious than me even.
Aw.
But yeah, so she's my younger sister.
I wanted to also tell everyone that Mary Ellen and I, Nonna Mary Ellen, we were on Life at the Creek, the February issue. It's a great article if you haven't read it. Lots of great pictures. It was really special how they honored Mary Ellen and I and Joe, our director. They said wonderful things, and they put pictures of all the food that we've been cooking. They even had my little pet Yogi in there, who's 17 years old. It was really a great article, and we're very proud of it. And we thank Best Versions Media, who did this, and Kay Lerner, who wrote a fantastic article, and Tammy, who came to our home and took all these pictures. It was really awesome. So wanted to plug that. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, it's a great article.
She did a good. She did. I loved your article when you were.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had fun doing it. Mark and I have traveled quite a bit, so we talked about our travels, and it was a nice article.
I wish my mother was alive, Barbara, to see these, because she would crack up, because these look like zeppoles on steroids. But they're also, another name for them is Sfingy.
Sfingy.
Sfingy,
Wow.
yeah. Give us some Yiddish terms.
Oh, so like, well, a woman who's in the house, like the mother, and she does all the cooking and she does all the cleaning and she takes care of the kids. They call her a balabusta. So if you're a really good mother and you can do all those things, you're a balabusta.
I've heard that term
Have you
before.
heard the
Yeah.
balabusta? And oh my God, there's so many. I mean, you got any?
Yeah. Well, do you remember?
An altakaka? An altakaka is us, old people.
Oh, we're altakakis?
We're
Oh,
all
yeah.
altakakas.
I don't like the kaka part. But
Yeah, I don't like the kaka part either. And yeah. And
Now
then-
tell me this. What is a schmuck?
Okay, a schmuck.
I want a true meaning of that.
Well, they're interchangeable. But
Is that a bad word?
a schmuck could be a bad word,
Yeah.
or a schmuck could be just somebody that's really dumb and really stupid. And
Okay.
just not doing what they're supposed
We
to
know
do.
a few of those.
Yeah, we probably all know people like that, right? So,
I just wondered about that.
and then I can tell you some Jewish superstitions.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, this is fun. So I remember when I was little, my sister and I were playing on the floor, and my grandmother was babysitting. And my sister got down on the floor, and I stepped over her. And
Uh-oh.
my grandmother almost had a heart attack.
Oh.
She's like, "You can't do that. You can't do that. Go back, step back over her." Because she said she wasn't going to grow. And so that was like one of the superstitions. Another superstition is when my mother would be sewing something, if I was wearing something and she was trying to mend it while I was wearing it, she would make me chew a little piece of thread so that she wouldn't stick me with the needle.
I never heard that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the most famous one is when you have a daughter and the daughter first gets her period. I don't know if we can say that.
Yeah, you could say
The daughter first gets her period. What the mother is supposed to do is slap her across the face.
it. Really?
And so I did that to my daughter Rachel. I whacked her. And she was like, she went crazy and she got so mad at me. I said, that's to keep your cheeks rosy. And I'll do it to your daughter.
I love it. Did she?
She doesn't. She has a son right now who's only 6 months old. We got time.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I know. So
love
those
it.
are really some of the superstitions. There's so many more, but
Okay, so pretty soon when we're going to get our taste testers, once we have some of our stuff ready.
okay. So the matzo balls. Let's see. We could probably put a few matzo balls on here.
I got this if you want. You're going to put one in each. And
Oh
then,
yeah, we could do that.
And then we could do the Varnishkes in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This might
So just wanted to give you a little plug here that our next show is March 9th. It's going to be filmed live at the Samurai Restaurant in Ocala. A young couple, she's Indonesian, Catherine, and Jared is Jewish from Miami. They're married and they're the cutest couple. They've become part of our family. They come here for dinner. But our next show will be there. So stay tuned for that. We want to see you there. And look at these zeppoli. My mama would be proud.
where are we putting the kasha?
Okay, you could put it on those little plates over there if you want. And we'll get the guys to come there when we're ready for our taste tester.
Okay.
These things are interesting. We'll get Zeta Mark back and Nono Allen. We just got to wash this hot oil. I don't want anyone
Yeah.
to get hurt. Did you ever go to the Italian feast in New York?
Yes, all the time.
San Gennaro and
All the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, did
Walk
you?
over the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh,
and Mott
yeah. Oh, Mott Street. Yep. In New York, there's Chinatown, Jewtown. What else? They had Little Italy,
Koreatown.
Koreatown.
There is Koreatown.
Yeah, yeah.
Koreatown's
This
great.
doesn't. We don't have any of the broth yet, but
It's New York has it all. Amazing.
And a good Ukrainian restaurant on 9th Street and First Avenue.
Really?
Yeah.
I
very good.
I worked on 44th and 5th, and then right next to Radio City Music Hall. After that, that was my first career. Yeah, before I became a nurse. So okay, Nono Allen, come on over. We want you to taste. You can introduce it. What do they have in there?
oh, so there's a plate of Kasha Varnishkes, and I put one matzo ball in the bowl. We have, you would put it in soup especially if you're making your own chicken soup. These are fabulous.
Yeah,
But we're just going to use plain broth today.
right.
Actually,
Now, even though this was some work. I mean,
the matzo ball is hot.
Barbara made it look easy.
You're welcome.
So then I'm gonna put the zeppoli in a bag with sugar and cinnamon and shake it. Okay, guys, go for it. Taste it and tell us what you think.
All right.
We want you
Watch
to
To be honest,
critique it.
I've never had it before.
Really good.
That's
Bubby did good, huh?
very good.
She worked hard.
Yeah, it comes out good, and it's really not hard to make. The secret is, fried onions.
Yeah.
And some schmaltz.
Yeah, that's schmaltz. I like that.
Schmaltz.
We got to go tell them the name of that website again.
Yeah, I think it's just called Thrive Market, and that's where you'll find the chicken fat or the schmaltz. And you can buy it comes in jars. You can buy as many as you want, and you can freeze it too. So if you want to buy a couple extra, And chicken fat's good on a lot of good stuff instead of using butter or oil.
Is it healthier? Or?
It's healthier than some fats. It actually is.
Oh, wow. And what
And you can make your own chicken fat. So
how?
if you want to make your own chicken fat, if you're eating a lot of chicken, every time you get a chicken, you grab the fat, put it in a jar, and then when you have enough, you put it in a pan and melt it with an onion.
Hot.
And the onion and the chicken fat melt together, and that's how you get that really strong flavor.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our show. It's been a lot of fun. I like having a Jewish Nonna and a Zeta. And what do you think of these steroids over here?
Those look
Yeah,
amazing.
humongous.
Just like the Italian,
Oh,
the Italians.
my
do.
gosh, this is unbelievable. Anyway, like Mary Ellen always says, you got to make something good. And
See you.
we hope you enjoyed our show. We'll see you March 9th. Enjoy everything and salute.
So, l'chaim.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Alan, for being part of the Nonnas of Stonecreek episode 8. Stay tuned. Yay! Ah, da, da, dee, da, da.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.